This short video is from a comprehensive course on Udemy.
In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to use ChatGPT, and you can follow along at home to create your own free ChatGPT account. So here we are at the landing page for ChatGPT, and you can see the URL that has popped up on your screen. Enter that into your browser, and it will bring you here. As a side note real quick, I'd like to mention that there is a smartphone app for ChatGPT. If you love what you see in these videos, and you want to integrate this technology into your day-to-day life, the app is a good way to go. But for the purposes of this video, we'll be sticking with the desktop option. And also, before we dive in, keep in mind that this video was made in November of 2023. AI technology is advancing fast. We'll be doing our best to keep up with it and adjust our videos accordingly. But there is a chance this will have changed in big or small ways by the time you're watching this. Okay, so like the screen says, let's get started. Let's skip this button and hop right over here to the sign up button and click that. And that'll bring us over to this screen. Now we have two options here. The first one, if we already have an email address we want to use to create this account, then we can enter it in here and then hop on down here, hit continue, and set off on the process that way. Or option number two, if we have a Gmail account, if we have a Microsoft account, Apple, we can click one of these buttons for the right one, and we can just move forward with the process that way. I'm going to go ahead and use my Gmail account. Okay, so here we are at the main screen for the free version of ChatGPT. And up here you'll see we're using ChatGPT 3.5. And if I click here, there's an option to upgrade to Plus, which we'll address in the next video. So I'm not going to do that right now. And if we go down here, there's another option to do that. But I'm going to click on the name here. We're obviously not going to log out at the moment. I'm going to head to Settings. And under Settings, we have two options here. We have General and Data Controls. So the theme is pretty basic. Just has to do with the color that we're using. I can keep the default settings. I can change to dark, to light, but I'll keep it here for now. Now, if I want to clear all the chats I have, I can do that here just by clicking this. We don't have any chats right now, but keep in mind that as you use ChatGPT, all of your chats are going to line up over here. So if you ever want to get rid of all those, you can just come here. Under Data Controls, the first option is interesting. If I want to allow OpenAI to keep my chat history and use it to help improve the system, I can allow them to do that here. And they already have it as a yes. But if I don't want to do that, I can click here and that'll toggle it over to no. But keep in mind, if you do that, if you turn it off, then it will not save your chat history over here for future reference. So that's your call. It's up to you. Shared links, we'll come back to this. Export data. If I want to take the chat that I'm working on and export it in an email, I can click here and it'll send it to me and I can download that chat onto my computer. Or I can send it out to someone else. So I can cancel out of here. Now, if I ever want to delete my account, this is where I do it. I'm going to close out of this, head back over here, and head up to Custom Instructions. Now, keep in mind, before you enter in these custom instructions, if you have allowed ChatGPT to have access to your chat history, this information will be factored into it. So just remember that. So this is where we go to enter in information about us. Now remember, not personal information, not where we live, our phone number, things like that. But this is so ChatGPT can provide better responses for us. If I'm just here for kicks, that's one thing. If I'm just here to have fun. But if I'm here for work, for a specific project, if I'm writing a report for school, it's good to come here and let the system know more about you. So look at these thought starters over here. Where are you based? What do you do for work? What are some goals that you have? This is where you enter in all this information to help ChatGPT help you. And down here, how do you want the system to respond? Formal, informal, your call. So I can enable this for new chats here, but we're just going to keep the basics for the time being. I'll cancel out of here. Now let's enter in a prompt. And before we get down to the chat box, you can see that the system has four options here. And this is basically ChatGPT showing off. I can explain why popcorn pops. I can come up with concepts for a retro style arcade game. And if you ever come here and just see what ChatGPT can do for you in a way you might never have thought of, click one of these and see what it does. But for now, we're going to enter in our own prompt. And I just want to mention here that in upcoming videos, we'll be looking more in depth at how to create more effective prompts for the main reason why we've come to ChatGPT for help, whether it's a travel prompt or writing emails, things like that. But for right now, we're just going to keep it very basic. So I've typed in my prompt, tell me all about Voltron, and side note, bonus points to you if you already know what Voltron is before ChatGPT gives us an answer. And speaking of an answer, let's click here and see what it does. So we have a response here, and I was just looking for a basic overview, and this looks good. I like what I'm seeing here. Now at the bottom, we see 4 icons that have popped up with the response. If I click on this, I can copy it and paste it into an email or anything else I want to use that for. Now this is for OpenAI. Do I like the response? Do I dislike it? I can let them know here. And for this, if I want to take 2, so to speak, if I don't really like this response that I've been given, I can click here and the system will generate a new response for me. Now if I scroll up, head on over to the prompt, this icon shows up and I can save this prompt and submit it to OpenAI if I want to do that, but we're not going to do that now. Now over here, I'm going to click on this. Now here's the chat I'm working on, and I can copy this as a link and share it if I want to do that. Now you'll remember when we're looking under data controls, that shared links option came up. This has to do with that. So before I click there, if I want to include my name in the link so others can see that, hey, this is coming from Dave, I can click there. If I click here, you'll see that this has now been copied and shared to the clipboard. And if I head back on over to my name, settings, data controls, shared links, manage, there's my link, ready to go, ready to share, ready to click on. And if I click here, this will bring me back to the source chat. This will delete the link. And if I have a whole bunch of links here, I can just get rid of all of them right away. So we're going to close out here. And now I'm going to head on up to the upper left-hand corner. This is the chat that I'm working with right now. If I click on these 3 buttons, I can share the chat, I can rename it for organizational purposes, and I can delete it if I want. Or if I want a new chat ready to move on, click here, and we have a fresh screen ready to go. Now if I want to get rid of the sidebar, I can close there. Lastly, I'm going to head over to this question mark icon. And we're not going to talk about these right now, but it's good to know where the help and frequently asked questions section is. If you encounter a bump in the road along the way, and odds are you probably will, come here and most likely you'll find the answer to the question that you have. So that brings us to the end of our introduction to the free version of ChatGPT. We've covered the essentials to help you get started, so feel free to hop on in and give it a try. Now in the next video, we'll be diving into the enhanced capabilities of ChatGPT Plus. This is where we'll discover the additional features that can take your interaction with AI to the next level.